Guru. I don't know if I would say he lost the fight. Like the
That's a
Infinites,
good
he was
point.
dying, but he didn't like fight.
Well,
He
are we
just
even to say
died.
he died
Um,
there?
I don't know. Like it looks like he died. Why did he die from that though? Anyway,
Yeah, I don't think he died.
like
If
why was he even
anything,
like dying?
I think he just
He should have.
chose to deactivate or went to sleep or something. Like he just despawned.
No. He was like reaching. No, he didn't. No, that's not how it was implied at the end. Like
Nah, he like
I'm talking about after.
I'm sure he just absorbed his
No, I'm
essence
talking about
back into the
after
tree.
Infinite Tsukiyomi was released. He like turns into wood and like
Interesting.
just destroys.
Yeah, you're
He's reaching
right.
out for Yama. I don't get why that happened because it's
You're
not like
right.
I guess you could say that Zetsu needs to be attached to the tree or the ghetto statue at least, but that's not true because White Zetsu unattaches from the ghetto
Well, hang
statue
on.
numerous times
Quantum
in arc.
entanglement. He was tethered to the tree. I'm telling you, that's
They
what
were
it.
tethered. I mean, that's also. I mean, they were tethered to the ghetto statue for a while, but like eventually, the main body of Zetsu, the one Sasuke kills, wasn't attached to the ghetto statue anymore. Neither was Guru. He wasn't attached to the ghetto statue. What you can maybe say is that an issue of the ghetto statue being sealed, when the ghetto statue's sealed, they just lose all their life. But if that's the case, I mean, I guess they were in the statue when Madara summoned them, but now they're out of it. So when the statue's sealed, it just like kills them, I guess. But that can't work though, because there was the Zetsu and Boruto.
I'm just gonna say it's because it's Swirly Swirly Zetsu, which is connected to the tree to some regard or something, or maybe it's connected more towards
But he wasn't
Kaguya.
like
Well, clearly that Zetsu's different from
I
the
mean,
others. That's why the others lived.
I wish that was actually explained. But I mean, realistically, I think it's just kind of a retcon because the way Kishimoto ended Naruto was with the Zetsu all dying. Like it was over, but then in Boruto they brought him back. So I think it realistically is basically just a retcon.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Also, based on the novels, like
it's not like it was
like
really explained.
the Zetsu would have to go into hiding. Like if they came out, the Ninja World would have taken care of them, and the Ninja World should have been searching for them anyways, considering they found all the unrecoverable bodies from the war to get a body count for the war. Like where were the Zetsus all hiding? Unless you're gonna say that one singular cave, but it's implied that they're elsewhere in the world as well, based on Sasuke going around.
Sasuke was killing him.
Yeah.
No, it's also
Well,
funny
maybe they
though is
chose a cave
when
because they couldn't
Sanui
be
and
exposed to light.
Atsui were in the gourd, what the Kinkaku's gourd.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think they were under Infinite Tsukuyomi. I don't know if they were, but I feel like they may have been immune
It
while they were
depends
in
if the
there.
chakra went into the gourd or not.
I mean, the light's supposed to get everywhere, but like that thing also supposed to seal away everything. So I don't
Yeah, I think
know.
the light would
It's
have
a tricky
bounced off,
one.
but I think it's fair to say the chakra went inside, so I think they were.
No, that definitely didn't happen. It's either the light went inside or the chakra didn't like
Yeah, I don't know.
one
It
or the
looked pretty
other.
dark in
Anyway,
there, but it looked also pretty chakra filled as well.
nah, not Infinite Tsukiyomi chakra though. Anyway, yeah, I don't know why Zetsu died.
Well, do you think Zetsu specifically chose dark places because it couldn't go out in the light? Because,
I
like,
mean,
you
they
could
kind of
say,
just made it look like they were like cavemen, like they were just like wild bees. I don't know. I think
well, that's just because they were
it
down
was
there
kind
for
of
so
like
long.
yeah, I
Which
don't
I would
know.
like to see what their reaction was post-war. First of all, did the white Zetsu in general know about Kaguya? I don't think they did. They could have. I don't know. But, like, what was
I
their
mean,
plan?
that's something that always interests me. It's never really clear if White Zetsu knew about Black Zetsu's plan. Were they in on his because they aren't Kaguya slaves.
I
So
mean, they
were
make it
they in
seem
on the
like
plan the
not.
whole time?
They make it seem like not, but at the same time, it's implied that they would be.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like they should be because they're also Kaguya slaves. So why would they not be serving Kaguya?
Yeah.
Like which I actually prefer that like both white and black Zetsu were bamboozling Madara and Obito the whole time. Because it's like white Zetsu is pretty goofy. We've ranked him before. He's pretty goofy. Like,
Do you think the white Zetsu knew
like
they were
this
gonna go
guy.
crazy or combine or whatever?
Ooh, that I don't know. I don't even remember why they even did combine
Because if they
in
knew they were gonna
Boruto.
go crazy, I feel like, well, first of all, I don't know why they went crazy. I think just because they were stuck in a cave for so long. But I feel like they would have done something unless they were given no other choice. But I don't know why they went crazy.
I mean, I don't know how well it was explained in Boruto. for that. I didn't really.
I'd have to go
I
back
never
and look.
rewatched it,
I don't
so
think it was explained. I think it just said that they're crazy. They've been down here for too
I
long.
know. I think they just did it and didn't. They just did it and ran with it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
On the Swirly Swirly Zetsu, you said it's reaching its hand out. That's very interesting to me. Do you think it did that out of desperation, like it just didn't want to die and it's like reaching out for the closest person? Or do you think it had
yeah.
some idea in mind? Like, hypothetically, Yamato's like, oh, hey there, and just like reaches his hand out, just grabs the White Zetsu's hand. Do you think White Zetsu could do anything there? Like, what was White Zetsu reaching his hand out
It
to
may have
do?
been both. Like, it was 100% reaching out in desperation, no questions asked. But it may have been reaching out to Yamato specifically, given that A, Yamato could have kept it alive just by being a human, or B, because Yamato had Hashirama cells, and we know that Hashirama, by his wood style shit, and the fact he's an Ashura reincarnate, clearly has like some level of divine tree power. I mean, Madara used Hashirama's jutsu with the divine tree, so it's possible that Yamato specifically would have been needed, or Hashirama as an alternative.
It
But
doesn't make sense, but that's the
it would have been
closest to an
interesting though.
explanation I have, would be his Hashirama cells in Swirly Swirly Zetsu died. Infinite Tsukiyomi stopped. Infinite Tsukiyomi's linked to the tree was defeated, so then the wood style was defeated, therefore Hashirama's wood style cells died. Listen, that's the closest to an
Yeah, but
explanation I'm
that's
gonna get.
not like yeah, but like it's not like Hashirama's cells would die from that for any reason.
Again, I'm not saying that's the answer or that I like that answer. It's just the closest thing I can come. Like, what's the best answer you have? Because you don't even have an answer. It's like Sakura telling Sasuke in the Forest of
Yeah,
Death. At least Naruto's doing something. Like Sakura's
yeah, I
not being
know.
like,
I'm
"Oh
trying
well,
to. I
Naruto,
know.
clearly that punch wasn't gonna work on Orochimaru." No, that's not what she's saying
Well,
at all.
I have problems with this answer, but my answer would still be that relating to Kaguya, the ghetto statue being sealed away. But at the same time, I guess the divine tree still existed until they undid it. But by the time they undid it, everything looks all broken and rotten and shit. So that probably happened. Like I don't. Yeah, I mean, we don't have the best timeline for this, but I mean, I don't know
So,
if Zetsu died here because Kaguya and the ghetto statue was sealed, or if it's because the infinite Tsukiyomi was undone.
what was Swirly Zetsu doing this whole time? When Kaguya came back, when
Just
Naruto and
chilling.
Sasuke fought, like it's for
Just chilling.
hours. They're just standing there?
It would have been cool if he was fighting the Edo Hokage, but it wasn't. So
Yeah, it felt like he should have continued to do that. I mean, why did
yeah,
he
he should have been
stop?
doing something. I mean, I guess
Because he was fighting the
he
third
just.
Hokage, who didn't go under Edo Tensei. I mean, at that point, there's no need for him to continue
Hmm.
fighting.
That's why
It's
I was
not what he
thinking it's
wanted,
because
but
they won. There was no need to continue, but like, but at the same time, why didn't the Edo Hokage go kill him? He just ignored him.
I mean, it's not like they thought the Edo Kage could stop Infinite Tsukiyomi. But there's no point of leaving them alive, anyways. Like White Zetsu would just want the Edo Kage just to be dead, anyways. Like, there's no point of
What
having
could
them
have been
around.
cool is if after all, these are supposed to be Kaguya soldiers, right? If Kaguya used the one, or maybe we get another regular white Zetsu. Like, actually, I think it could have been really cool if like the two main Zetsus, Swirly and then the Akatsuki one, if Kaguya used her soldiers in her fight against Naruto and Sasuke, and they just are strong. Like, well, just change. Maybe Zetsu is pretending to be weak or whatever, but like Zetsu just is actually really strong, and like he's part of the fight, both of them.
I still don't understand why the tree
Is that
wasn't
what was?
interested in the Edo Kage. Or why the Edo Kage couldn't be placed under Infinite Tsukiyomi. You could say because they didn't have chakra
Because it's not
eyes.
like Edo
They don't
technically
have
are
eyes.
immune to genjutsu, and it's not like they don't have chakra to be absorbed. Like they have infinitely regenerating chakra. Sounds like the prime candidate to absorb from. They'll just keep
Exactly.
absorbing infinite chakra.
Exactly. And like they have a soul too. Their soul was brought back as well. So I don't know what makes them
Yeah, and the
different.
body is alive. It's using a dead body, like a living sacrificial
I still
body.
don't think it's using a living body. I think the body's dead.
It needs a living sacrifice, I know that much.
I mean, I feel like Fu and Torine wouldn't have given a blood-curdling scream of death if they weren't dying when they were turned into Edo Tensei.
Well, it could just hurt.
But these are ninjas. Like, it probably hurt when Kakashi lost his eye, but you didn't hear a peep out of him.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, when Orochimaru got his arm sealed, oh, man, he must have been dead when he was screaming in pain. When he was taking the shower, must have been dying there. Like,
okay, that probably felt worse than death.
When Mizumi was having his bones crushed, I guess he debatably did die then.
No.
But well, in the anime he didn't die. I guess he was dying.
Okay, but is Mizumi a fully fledged ninja? No, exactly. He narratively screamed.
What about when Obito like was screaming when the Ten Tails was taking him over? Was he dead? Also, I don't feel like Fu really screamed that much. I feel like it was just like like what? Like, and then take it over. I don't think it was like,
like whatever. All I'm saying, the White Zetsu reaching out to Yamato, I don't think it's because it's the closest person. I think it's because it's Yamato in particular who has wood style cells.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
that's what I think too.
That has to be some reason to be alive. Either that, so like he would just wrap around him and then he wouldn't die, or it could be like Black Zetsu, to where Black Zetsu is keeping Obito alive. Maybe Yamato could keep White Zetsu alive. Or third option, this is the most interesting. What if White Zetsu could implement a karma seal onto Yamato? Yeah,
that'd be crazy. It probably. I feel like it should be a white karma given the White Zetsu, but. What do you think about the idea, though, that Kaguya uses her soldiers, white in Spiral Zetsu, as well as Black Zetsu for the brains, in her fight against Team 7? Because it gives you a glimpse of, like, okay, these are just 2 Zetsus. She plans to make an army of these guys to fight Momoshiki and Kinshiki. You can see why that would work if you get to see them in action a little bit more.
I mean, sure. But we also did just get a full-on war of White Zetsu for like 400 episodes.
Yeah, I guess we could probably change that aspect a little bit, but
I mean, I see what you're going for there, but I felt like they were already doing that by utilizing Soroli Zetsu against the Edo Kage. Like that's 1 Zetsu against the 5 Kage. I guess 4, but you know.
Yeah, but Spiral Zetsu didn't do anything after the Infinite Grammy. And also, I always wanted the original White Zetsu to do like an actual big fight rather than just a spore technique, and that's it.
Sure.
Like I wanted to see him actually be able to fight.
I think
like
what they should have done.
The clones can be weak as fuck. But like the original, I wanted him to be strong.
Yeah, I think what they should have done is when Soroli Zetsu released Yamato, that should have been his death scene, quote unquote. Not really death, but just he's just done fighting. Like he just goes back into the tree or whatever. Like he just deactivates, he despawns, like I said, goes to sleep, doesn't matter. Because the reason they had that scene was to reveal Yamato, and also, like I said, just have Soroli Zetsu stop fighting. But the reason they had Soroli Zetsu's death scene, the reason they had that at all, is to indicate to the audience that the threat is over, it's done with now completely.
Yeah.
Like it's tying up all loose ends. What I think they could have done, instead of killing Soroli Zetsu there, because in my rewrite, I guess they would have done that earlier. Here they would have had like the tree wither itself or something. Like the tree releases them, and then the tree just like falls over dead.
What's crazy though is that Spiral Zetsu is the final one to die of the Kaguya threat. He is the last one to go. He's the last one standing.
I mean, if you want to be technical about it, Kaguya herself was probably the last to die. But, you know.
Well, I mean, she's the last. She's not the last to taken care of. Though,
yeah.
But he is.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, would you say this was White Zetsu being taken care of? Because he never did anything before this after that.
They undid the Infinite Tsukuyomi. Yeah. They had to actively do that, and that's what killed him.
There you go. Maybe this sounds really weird. Maybe the hand sign rat killed it. I mean, it
Yeah,
released the infinite
just
Tsukuyomi, so makes sense
but
to
like,
me.
yeah, it also just kills White Zetsu.
Yeah.
It does. If they'd done that, the war would have been over. Obito's like, God, I hope they don't discover this hand sign.
Like, what if Hagoromo just told them that before Infinite Tsukuyomi started? At that point, Infinite Tsukuyomi literally doesn't matter at all. They could release it anytime, including immediately as it's casted.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. He waited until the end, but like they could have just done it. Yeah, all you needed was Sasuke's Rinnegan.
I mean,
So
Sasuke
they
wasn't
could have
going
just done
to
it.
because of Revolution, but still.
Yeah, but still. They could have used everyone for the fight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Naruto and Sasuke were confident in taking down Madara, even though it's debatable whether or not
Yeah.
they actually
But
could
also
have.
though, Sasuke didn't even need to protect Naruto. He could have just undone the infinite Tsukuyomi when Naruto was gone. He just needed the Rinnegan and the hand sign.
You're right. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think Naruto is needed other than the fact that Sasuke only had one hand
Well, but it's really
by
weird
the
because
point.
Sasuke's like, "Give my eye to Kakashi, you'll figure something out." That implies that it would just take more than just the Rinnegan and the rat hand sign. In fact,
No,
Naruto doesn't
well,
think they could figure something out at all, which is why he doesn't want Sasuke to
um,
die. I mean, there's obviously more reason than that,
well, no,
but
that's not why.
yeah,
But
you know what I mean. But
yeah, that's not
the
the
only
reason.
reason.
That's why. Yeah, that's all he cared about. It's just like, well, now Sasuke, we gotta do the infinite Tsukuyomi, then you could die.
If that's all it took, I felt like it would just been so much easier. Like, I understand Sasuke himself wasn't gonna do it. I feel like Naruto could have he could have just made Sasuke do it.
Oh, oh, hold on. He did need Naruto because he possesses all the Biju's Sasuke, all the Biju's chakra, and then
Okay,
Sasuke possesses the Rinnegan.
there you
But
go.
if Kakashi had the Rinnegan, though, he could have just taken Sasuke's place.
That makes sense to me though. But yeah, you're right. Still weird how he says you could figure
So I
something
guess
out though.
he couldn't save Naruto from it. He had to protect him then.
Yeah, but no, that actually
But
does
then,
make a lot
but
of sense to
here,
me. You need Rinnegan and Tail Beast Chakra to undo it. That makes a lot of sense.
I agree. That makes a lot of sense. But then that begs the question for me. So Sasuke, it's at least some people hypothesize that's because he had the Rinnegan that his Susanoo protected everyone. But like, if that's the case, if it's only because he had the Rinnegan, then I feel like by this logic, Naruto possessing all the Biju's chakra should have been immune to the Infinite Tsukuyomi too,
No, I
because
disagree because he didn't
it's
have the
they're both
Rinnegan,
it's one.
and Sasuke didn't have the Tail Beast, so they neither of them would have been immune.
Well, I was thinking in that case though, they just have half. You just needed at least half.
I disagree. I
But,
don't think
but
that's the case.
otherwise, it's just a matter of it's literally just the Susanoo blocks out all light. It's just
Well, yeah, that's
that
the
is the only other
explanation.
explanation.
Yeah.